What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Connor Speed6, and today, as you can see, we are back in beautiful Guanajuato, and we are driving the all-new to Forza Horizon 5, the 2006 Noble M400. Now, this car was actually just released in Car Pass last week, and it is one of my favorite new cars to be released in Forza Horizon 5. What we're going to do today is take it up to one of my houses and take a look at the build and tune that I have on this absolute grip monster in S1 class, and then we'll take a look at the tune itself, dive into that a little bit, and take it on a route, one of my least favorite routes to be exact, throughout Guanajuato, called the Tunnel Run, to see how well this thing does under, kind of extreme grip conditions where, the most grip is needed possible to do well in a race. So let's head up to the Hotel Castillo and take a look at the build and tune really quickly here on this 2006 Noble M400. Now, first and foremost, this car is pretty amazing. If you can get a build and tune that is competitive online, this thing could absolutely be a lobby destroyer. So as for my build, what I've done is I've actually swapped in the racing V6 to the car, all-wheel drive, as well as the twin turbo option. After that, I left on the stock front aero as well as the stock rear aero. It is tunable, so you can adjust, of course, whatever aero you would like on the car using the stock aero package. Now, as for tires, what I did is I installed the rally tire compound, left the front width stock, went with the 315mm rear tires, left on the stock wheels, bumped up the wheel size to 20 inches in the front and 20 inches in the back. The reason I do that is it actually lowers PI a little bit, but ups the handling. I bumped out the front and rear track width as wide as possible, of course. Installed the race 7-speed transmission, left the stock driveline, and then installed the race differential. In the way of the platform and handling, I did install the race brakes, left the stock suspension, and then left the stock weight reduction as well, and headed over to the upgrade shop, left the stock intake, added the race fuel system, the race ignition, the race twin turbos, the race valves, left the stock cams and valves installed, and then upgraded the intercooler to full race. Now, whenever you upgrade the race intercooler, it usually doesn't eat up a ton of PI, but gives you a lot of horsepower. Reason being is it adds a good amount of weight. My car only weighs 2,429 pounds and has a pretty good combination of speed versus grip. So I figured, hey, this is a pretty decently balanced build. Let's take a look at the tune really quickly to see, sort of what I did in the way of tuning this thing to be as grippy as possible. Tires, 29.5 up front, 32 in the rear. Here's my gearing. If you'd like to do this in yours, just go ahead and pause the video now. I'm not going to go through it in detail, but I've got 330s on the gearing there, and then adjusted 1st through 7th accordingly. Alignment, minus 2.3 in the front, 1.5, minus 1.5 in the rear. Front toe out to 0.1, and then the front caster set to 7. Anti-roll bar 6 in the front, 49 in the back. Springs, softer in the front, stiffer in the rear. That helps the front end sort of be a little bit more floaty and turn in a little bit better. Ride height down to 4.6 front and rear. Damping, here are my settings for the rebound front and rear. So front is 6.5, rear 7.6. Bump stiffness 4.3 and 4.7. I found that these actually help the turn in as well and get rid of some of that understeer that all-wheel drive cars have. Aero, again, I do have the stock front aero, and then the rear aero I have set to 315. Reason being I bumped that up just a little bit there is because I was noticing a little bit of rotation on the back end out of some of the corners. So I was having some lift-off oversteer, but that's due to diff tuning, and I had to tune my diff that way to get the car to not understeer as much. So this actually helped keep the back end planted a little bit more. Brakes, 50-50 split, 140 on the pressure. And here are my diff settings: 50 in the front for acceleration, decel front is 15, rear acceleration at 55, rear decel at 10, with a 65 split to the rear. Now, I do have my S1 900 tune shared for the M400. So if you'd like to use it, be sure to search my gamer tag at Connor Speed6. That is Connor with an E. Let me know your thoughts about it down in the comments below. Now, let's take this 2006 Noble M400 out to Guanajuato for a bit of a challenge in the street race event called Tunnel Run. This is one of the most hated and loved events all at the same time. for good reason. It's honestly a pretty difficult event, and it has a lot of tight and twisty bits in it, so this should be a really good challenge for this car. Now I am going to be using braking line because I'm not super familiar with this event itself, and again, it's really tight and twisty, so it can be a big challenge, but let's just see how this thing gets on. See if I can get a sub 2-minute time in the Noble. Here we go. Pretty good acceleration, of course, thanks to the all-wheel drive. I've got the gearing set a little bit short for good acceleration, but it does have some pretty good top end as well. Not taking the first corner very great, but that's all right. I've got a million more to get even better. All right, so here we go, diving down into the tunnels. That is such a difficult little bit right there. Could have taken that a little bit faster, but that's all right. This is not going to be a rivals attempt. Oh, that's such a difficult corner. Very, very easy to underestimate just how sharp it is. All right, little bend there. Now we're going to be coming back out of underground to the upper deck, I guess, if you would, or the upper level of the city. Pretty good so far. Again, it handles the corners very well. Turns in very well. Oh, I about understeered into that wall. I do have a good amount of the understeer tuned out though, so it handles pretty well, a lot better than you would assume. Now, I'm not handling it very well though. I gotta miss the turn in there. Let's get the back end rotating here just a little bit. Oh, I'm driving like garbage. That's okay. It's not the tune's fault. It's fully mine. Let's not hit the taco cart. We don't want to ruin that poor person's day. That's their livelihood, after all. Here we go. We are flying down through the middle street, or the main street in Guanajuato, and diving off again onto a little bit tighter road. Okay, there we go. This is, again, a very, very difficult event. One that can catch you out at any corner. But we are flying up in elevation now to the finish line. Oh, we are not going to get a sub 2-minute time. That's no good. But that's my fault. I made a few mistakes. That 2-minute 2 time is no fault of the cars. That was all just my driving while recording. However, that Noble M400 is amazing. I absolutely love that we have these cars. But all in all, I absolutely love this car. What do you guys think about it? How do you have yours built? Do you have yours built with rally tires like I do? Did you use my tune? If so, what'd you think about it? Again, let me know down in the comments section below. I'm just curious to know what you guys think about this car, because I absolutely love it. Again, I've been driving it around the map and just testing it out, taking it on some of the more difficult roads, throwing it around the corners to see how well it can take the corners and how well it grips up, and it does pretty stinking well. But yes, that's gonna do it for me today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, leave a positive comment for me down below, and if you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe for more weekly content like this. I truly appreciate the support. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I have been Connor Speed 6. Until next time, much love, everyone. See you soon.